All right, so today we're going to be checking out the 6-1 Indie Showcase, and we're going to see all these different games. I think there's quite a little bit of everything for all of us, so hopefully there's some interesting things. Hopefully there's a lot of things to check out, and I think it's going to be pretty good. Tell me how that volume is. I feel like without these things, I would not know half of the games or even a quarter of the games that get on my radar. So these things are really necessary for me, I feel like. PD's Play Now pre-show.
Friends, family, and fellow members of my coop, welcome to another edition of PT's Play Now pre-show.
Where's Spooky? They would love the pigeon.
If you're new here, you might be wondering why a pigeon skeleton is on your screen. And why the hell was there a countdown to a countdown? Well, to that I say, deal with it.
Oh, there is literally a countdown.
Just like you can embrace these 7 recently launched indie games that might have flown under your radar. I'd like to
I vibe with you, PD.
With
I vibe with your shirt. I vibe with your aesthetic. I vibe with your frozen demeanor of an animal being spotted by a human.
So, let's start the festivities with another mighty little pigeon, shall we?
Also, it's these indie devs that are willing to take a stand on things like social issues in a way that AAA companies don't. I mean, they're all going to change their profile pictures June 1, but like indie companies like lead with this stuff. Like they're like, hey, by the way, we just want to be very clear about where we stand on things like trans rights. Like they're just very forthcoming with it. It feels much more authentic too, obviously. So these are all games that, they said that these are games that have just come out, right? This immediately looks like a game that Crypto would play. Pigeon platformer. Pigeon pizza platformer. Little Kitty Big City reminiscent, but you're a pigeon and you're delivering pizzas. I wonder if you're having to balance the pizzas while you do it, like if that's part of it. I mean, you probably don't want to get hit by a car. It looks like the right kind of chaos. So that's already out. Delivering pizza to the space station, boss. This is just not right. Goo pizza? Is that what it's called? It's like Wawa, but pizza delivery. I need to play more party games. I just don't have so much time these days, I know. But I like party games, party racing games are so fun. They're so fun. Like, obviously, we all know Mario Kart, but it looks like a game that Red would play. It did. But it, like, that's why I'm so hyped for some of the other games that I know I've talked about recently. Like, we need to have Saturday night hangouts and be playing these games again. Lonely Mountain Snow Riders. Oh, and this is out. Yeah. They said that. These are all games that are out right now. Oh, my. This looks like adult version of Pajama Sam. But also, maybe not. It has like the color scheme that Pajama Sam has, I feel like. It's like the inverse of that dating sim game. Y'all know the dating sim game that's coming out? That's, you can date everything in the house. Like you can date the toilet, you can date the hamper. Artichoke is crazy. All Real Monsters feels right too. It does. It's that same like that lighting, and it's like that nighttime lighting kind of vibe. Leftovers KO. This looks like another game that Red would get. Chickadee's here talking about it.
Violent yet tasty. Leftovers are essential before setting off on a grand adventure. Sometimes an adventure is all
maybe that is supposed to encourage us to not leave dishes in our rooms.
But if you ask some of the minds behind Helldivers 2, Battlefield, or World of Warcraft, adventure means horsing around with the occult.
Horsing around. Horse girl game?
Now's the best time to join us and experience the wonder we call home.
anybody here a former horse girl?
Horses
I'm not.
are our pride and joy. It's the perfect season to saddle up, hit the trails, and take in the breathtaking
Me staring at the big
sights.
problem. I'm not saying I'm guilty of that too. Yeah, that's what I mean. This is like adult horse girl game.
And now we bring you an update about the shocking death of a
Oh, maybe
local
not?
teenager found in the woods last night. The community of Alderwood is
Horse
still
girl
reeling
to true
and
crime
is
junkie
desperate for
pipeline
answers.
game?
Sheriff Jane Welch has gone on the record to state that it was likely an animal attack. We have reached out to the local park ranger, Kendra Evans, for a comment on this presumed.
One of my best friends growing up was a horse girl.
Been
She
able to
was.
get a hold of
She was
her.
very invested in equestrian.
Locals doubt that to be the case, worrying there might be an actual
Wait, are they killing the horses?
island, with some even going as far as citing local legends about dark forces prowling.
Horse girl meets Nancy Drew. Oh. I mean, I was on board until it got a little scary, but also I could see this having a very specific and like very impactful demographic.
Which memories you should cherish and which ones you should let fade.
Say what you wanna say. I'll be the other guy. Don't engulf in his dreams. Let me show you how it's done. Show you how
I mean, again, I feel like indie games are just, oh my. They're just a place for people to really tell their stories. Oh my. Like I'm intrigued, but I'm sad and scared. It feels like about like mental health or something is what it sounds like. Or just looks like. Layla, is that what it's called? Yeah, it's like very much like a societal standards, mental health portrayal. Or a little RPG where you get to go to prison and cut a what? I think it's really charming that, I mean, I imagine that in many ways it's like more accessible, but it's also more accessible for the gamer, that developers continue to use or like kind of have this renaissance of these older styles, you know, like pixel art and just like this stuff that is very reminiscent of games that would have existed 20, 30 years ago. Again, it's accessible for a player because not everybody has a big overpowered PC to run some of these like high graphics games. This looks interesting, not for me, but it does look like, I mean,
Yes.
when things are told in
Muffle's
episode
life
format,
sentence brings back
it's usually
some fond
interesting.
memories of my time on Rikers Island.
Yeah, like
Hope
hyper
you're
real.
doing
Yeah,
well, Jim.
I honestly, it's kind of a
Stay strong.
turn off to me for the
One
hyper
thing I've
realistic
learned
art.
from my past is how to put up a fight. It's a trait I share with the devs behind Framemakers. In fact, I might have even bugged them for an assist reveal trailer.
I know the captioner is covering it, but it does say protect trans folks on their shirt. Just in case you want. Is this Perry the Platypus?
Begin.
Swole Perry the Platypus. Makers. A lot of these like Street Fighter style games I feel like are really present too, which I think is really fun for a lot of people. And like probably the most famous title, but I these can definitely be fun. Yeah, this must be. Oh, there's more of them. I like to play these games with friends. I will when they're multiplayer and you can play with multiple people. I had a friend who used to play this competitive, like games like this competitively. I have no interest in comp in this space. I like to be chaotic, which is why in Smash I play as Isabelle. Not because she's the best, but because she's chaotic, because she can
It
throw a
seems
stop
the
sign at your
sun is
face.
setting on our time together once again. Remember me as the screen fades to black. The 6-1 Indie Showcase begins with a world premiere.
Hey, world premiere. Now we're getting... So those are all games that were already out. Oh.
Remember me?
Excuse me. Sorry, Mr. Pigeon. See, like, this art already is very intriguing. Is it, like, told through a scrapbook, basically? I don't think I've seen that before. I feel like there are like a lot of, you know, devs trying to kind of be unique, but it ends up being very similar to what a lot of others are doing. But yeah, this is like, it's almost like it's told through a scrapbook. Maybe it's told in a past tense of memories. Truth scrap, it's gotta be Truth Scrapper. Okay, I'm intrigued. I like that. I like that. I like the concept
Hello
of whatever
everyone,
that is.
I am Adrian, also known as Insert Disc 5, and you have just seen the world premiere of my next game, Truth Scrapper. You may perhaps know me from my earlier game, Time Loop RPG and Stars in Time, but this is not about her. This is about this new project, a visual novel about magic, about memories, about toxic lesbians. If that sounds interesting to you, you can
Sounds
follow
like
the
our
development
collective
along by
kind of
wishlisting the game
content.
on Steam and by signing up for the mailing list. Thank you so much to 6-1 Indie for giving me the opportunity to introduce this game to you and for all of their hard work making this showcase possible. Now sit back, relax, wishlist every single game that you see, and enjoy the show.
I know I've said this in some of my other stuff, but it really is. If there are games you see here and you like them, wishlisting is really, really helpful for devs, and it's obviously like free to do. It really, like, they can see the number of wish lists and stuff, and it really helps them with all of their, like, trying to move
What's
the game
going
forward.
on, folks? Welcome to the 6-1 Indie Showcase, the only indie game showcase that will straight up tell you we do not have Silksong. We don't have that Keeley level clout.
But what we do have is a ton of killer indies you probably haven't seen before. We're stoked to kick off the big summer season with a bang. Expect exclusive looks, world premieres, and as you saw in the pre-show, even more games you can play today.
Big thanks to Adrian for kicking off the main show with your first look at Truth Scrapper. Following up on the award-winning Time Loop RPG and Stars in Time.
I feel like I need to
Truth
take
Scrapper
notes
is a
on the
visual novel
games
with
that I
distinct
want to check
branching
out.
paths,
So let me write that
multiple
down.
endings,
Truth Scrapper.
Toxic lesbians. Don't worry, Kyle. I'm told they're super nice.
The only thing I worry about is people not wishlisting games. Once the show wraps up today, you'll be able
Fruit
to
Scrapper.
dig into the 6-1 Indie Showcase Steam event to support all the games you're about to see. We've also expanded the Steam event to include a bunch of additional indies on our radar.
Oh, good.
So
Did
be
they have
sure
them
to
all
check out
compiled on
demos,
Steam?
graphs,
That
and
makes it even
discounts, and
easier.
again, wishlist.
I know
We've
that's what
also
like
teamed
I'm
up
curious
with
by
Game
that
On
dev as
to
a
end the
whole,
lupus.
and
So
I'm
later on
not
in the show,
familiar
we'll
with
hear
the
from
games,
wonderful
but I
Coco
like
Confession on
I'm
how
gonna
you can
check out
support
that
a cause that's
developer.
personally pretty close to my heart. All right, I think we covered everything. More games?
More games. Let's
Honey,
dive
with your
into
pen
some
and paper.
more
It's for
action
my
with a killer
notes.
JRPG, and one of the most
For
stunning
my
dungeon crawlers
note-taking.
you'll ever see.
Also, there's always games that I'm looking for stream and for content, but there's also games that I'm looking for sometimes just for... I'm not the biggest fan of first-person gameplay. I think this was a dungeon crawler, right? Like, I love a good dungeon crawler, but I am not the biggest... Shadows of Chroma Tower. I'm not the biggest fan. Like, I like the top-down of Hades a lot. I mean, I obviously play Stardew. You know what I mean? Like, I like that view. Also, if you were a... I know we talked about this. If you were a Homestar Runner fan, like actually a Homestar fan, really wants my mouse to be there. I'm trying to get my mouse off the frame. Yeah, that's what I think. I think first person is a little like graphics nauseating for some folks. I feel like games like this immediately, like we all played, hopefully, we all tried to play the Trogdor game. But like, I feel like, again, it's like a renaissance. Like if you watched Homestar Runner, if you watched Strong Bad Emails, if you tried to play the Trogdor game, or actually any of the games on Homestar Runner, seeing things like this, you're like, oh my gosh, I get to like actually, like fully, I mean, not that those games weren't full, but like fully fleshed out games that really like do exactly that. Is this them showing their art process, or are we making these characters? See, that's the thing. People always want to reference things like Fred as millennial humor, even though it wasn't millennials watching Fred. We were watching Strong Bad. I say unnecessary comma all the time. You remember that from one of the emails? $1,000 deaths run 3D platformer levels? Yeah, Fred was like literally for children. Literally. We were like all at least teens, if not in our 20s and in college at that point. I was gonna say, watching this and I was immediately like, oh, this looks like a game that will be speedrun. I'm not even a speedrunner, but thinking about people who do speedrun games, like, it is constantly kind of like in my mind.
Much love to the New York City locals, Pariah Interactive. We played an early build of 1,000 Deaths eons ago at Play NYC. Great to have them on the show.
Eons is a good word, Mike.
It's a good word.
1,000 Deaths is actually something Mike experienced when our next game landed on our desk.
Hello, this is my 100th time recording this. I am Osto from New Future Kids, and I'm working on Bobo Bay, a pet simulation
Bobo?
game to collect, mash, accessorize, and train little creatures to compete in races and other competitions. So here's a new look at the game. Please wish us on Steam.
If there's not a pink and yellow one, I'm gonna be sad. Oh wait, it looks so cute! Not them saying you're so cute. Toon Link kind of vibes. Yeah, it's kind of like Roblox meets like Toon Link kind of things. So you play as the humanoid character, but you collect these guys. So it's like a creature collection kind of game. You make them play Survivor games? What? That one was really cute. Help Fresh. Okay, like I'm intrigued. I really am. I'm really intrigued. That is a teapot house. You said that in the background. That was a teapot house. Bobo Bay. I'm intrigued. I'm genuinely like, I don't know what this is, but I'm intrigued.
Happy for you, friend.
I'm not sure if it's the legally distinct chows or
I'm gonna break
God
100
finally
things on my
called
wish
number,
list
but my heart rate
after the end
is
of today.
jacked. How about we mellow out a little bit with
I
some
liked the
serene
airplane run
vibes?
too. It was a
Fishing,
vibe.
blossoming platformer. But first, a returning developer who was part of our very first showcase back in 2022.
Whoa, Bunny Bear.
So, what are you doing?
We're practicing.
I'm immediately intrigued.
We're practicing a new song. Wanna play?
Bonnie Bear saves frog time.
Bonnie, it's frog time.
I like Bonnie.
Hi, Bonnie. Do you want to buy some booster eggs?
Yeah, this is like definitely one of my favorite kind of like art styles. Is this kind of like storybook-ish looking, kind of like Nick Jr. looking kind of art
I got you
style.
something.
A big slice of Gouda cheese. My
Gouda
favorite.
cheese.
No. What?
It's also my favorite. Bonnie Bear.
Oh no, it's a Rick Speck.
You just dab. This is literally for like Cartoon Network kids. Bonnie Bear saves frog time. I don't even get it, but I love it. Oh, this kind of style I love. See, again, it's very similar, like very storybook looking, like I love it, like immediately. You can tell devs like that put so much effort into the visuals of their game, and I love that. It's like the Borrowers, like Arietti and all of them, kind of like Oscuro. I like. Look, he's got a dog. I want to believe that's Appalachia in the background, but I don't think it's supposed to be. If it is, I will instantly wishlist it. Cast and chill. Just cozy. You know what though? Like some people that is very cozy and chill.
What's up, gamers? I'm Buddy from Akupara Games, and today I'm joined by my friend Monik, who's going to tell us all about the Future Vibe Check demo.
Dropping today. Amazing. Well, thank you, Buddy, and thank you to the 6-1 team for having me. Name's Unwise. I'm the creator of Future Vibe Check. Future Vibe Check is an automation game where you make music. And it's something that I spent the past 2 years.
You send it to Crafty right now. Crafty, we found the perfect game in this showcase for you. You know, as the world's #1 fishing advocate.
Music, automation, crafting, weird Eastern philosophy. So if you like any of those things, I mean, who doesn't like music, Buddy?
You caught me with the weird Eastern philosophy. I'm going to be honest with you.
I also love weird esoteric, like Alan Watts videos.
Alan Watts, Ram Dass, any of these guys, if you know their names, you're going to love this. If you like Factorio, Satisfactory, you're going to love this. And even if you have an inkling of interest in music or making music, but never found the will to learn it, in Future Vibe Check, everything is handled for you. You're going to make beautiful music. So check out the demo today, launching today, and also whoever makes the sickest beat in the demo is going to get a DJ Otter plushie, which we're really excited about. We're going to be running weekly contests for folks. It's going to be a blast.
How we're going to do that, I don't know. You don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, but I'm making the promise here today. Thank you so much to the 6-1 Indie crew, and take it away, me.
Well, hello again. For the folks at home, I'm Buddy, and I'm here to show off a little Future Vibe Check, a musical automation game. And in this video, I'm going to break down what exactly that means.
I was going to say, I'm intrigued by what they mean by automation.
We've all played automation games. You build the thing that builds the thing.
Oh, okay.
Put in some stone, get out some bricks. That's the automation.
Okay.
What Future Vibe Check does is make the thing you build make music. See this? That's a signal emitter, which is powered by the beat maker. The white light is the signal, and as the signal hits the blocks, it makes the beat that you're hearing. Now, the signal is tied to the instrument. This beat is just a kick drum, like you'd hear in any rock song, but what happens when we add the guitar on top?
Oh, people are gonna make the coolest things with this.
We took a rhythm, and we gave it a melody. And like any other automation game, it gets pretty complicated from here on out, till the song sounds more like this. Because this, gamers, this is what we call the vibe. If you want to mine resources, you have to have a vibe. If you want to progress, you need to refine the vibe. And if you want to sit back and relax and listen to all the music you've made, well, That's what we're here for too. You can demo Future Vibe Check for yourself right now on Steam. Thanks for tuning in, gamers. Thank you as well to Mike and Kyle for letting me and Monik come chill with you guys.
Future
Catch
Vibe
you
Check
in the next one.
That's really interesting. Really is.
That's a Cryptmaster Sugar Daddy. Wild. Thank you, Buddy and Monik, for coming through and just bringing the vibes.
We're rocking and rolling straight into even more musical bangers, starting off with a rhythm-based RPG.
I feel like if I really got into the rhythm-based games, I would like them. Oh, okay. Like, could be a game like this that I would get into. There's a double bass pedal, you'll probably find me there. So. And a breakdown? If there's a breakdown. A breakdown boss battle actually sounds like the perfect kind of thing. Oh. I'm intrigued. Oh, and that's coming out soon. Away from home. Not like overtly. But like I've heard their music. But I'm not like a, oh my gosh, I love Pete and Cambria kind of. Oh, this is another rhythm-based game, I'm realizing. Dance your way through boss battles. Looked like she was using a track, like a Pokemon would use. I feel like so many of these have like 80s like vibes. Was apparently like 40 years ago, which doesn't make any sense. I'm pretty sure the 80s were like 20 years ago, but you know. I feel like I would be really good at rhythm-based games. Not that like it's about that, but I feel like if I played them, I would be quite good at them. Because rhythm is just math. And I love math. All of these like older sounding like music. He has a flute or something. A musical duck. Yeah, this is good. I mean, I love a good, like, side-scrolling platformer game. Like, Bleak... Oh, no, that's the area. Poisoned Ruins. Yeah, DDR is super fun. I had a friend, I wasn't allowed to have like gaming consoles when I was a kid, and I had a friend who had DDR, and I would just like go, I would be like, can we play it? Like I would just like want to go to their house to play it because it was so fun. And it was like, it was physical movement and it was music and it was musical cat-like creature. I do. gosh, it's a cat using its claws to slow down how it... That's good game design. I really like that. Scratch the cat. Like, I like it. I like it.
Hi, I'm Felix, creative director at Flat
I
Games. I hope you enjoyed our
am
sneak
so
peek of
glad
Scratch
that
the Cat.
people with
I want to
such
show you a bit about the office,
diverse
including the
backgrounds
best of the
are
team.
getting into game design. Because again, like making musical composition, like that's
gameplay first and foremost. It's a game with a lot of character, a lot of charm that brings it from the pack.
Also try and take musical elements into account for the level design and challenges, some that are tied
I've
to
talked
the
about
games.
this with
We're committed to showing all the different
y'all know my
aspects of
friend
music,
Melissa in
from
Denial, how we're like,
flora,
we think
fauna,
that like
architecture, and
some of the
adult
programs that
skills.
we're building, like we want game devs to like hire us as subject matter experts for games that have history in them.
People have a good time with the players.
Or
It's a lot of
others.
effort
Same thing with
been
like
put into
Science and like some of my
making
other
it
like
feel smooth.
SciComm
There's
creator
absolutely a lot
friends.
going
Like
into it.
they
So I
should
hope that
like
people
I
really
want
appreciate
to
that and have a
create
good
like a
time.
system where game devs can like we can be SMEs, like we can be subject matter
That's some
experts
record
to
collecting.
help
I
consult
can't
on
believe Flat
accuracy
Ponies made a game
and like
specifically for
understanding
you.
if they want to
Love to
infuse those
see
kinds of
that.
topics
Actually,
into their
while we're
games.
still on the subject of
Because
records,
why
we
not
do
make it?
have
I mean, like it doesn't
one
have to be
more
accurate, but you know what I
music-related
mean. Like
announcement.
if you're seeking
Ever since we
accuracy,
started
like you can achieve
conceptualizing this
it.
showcase way back during lockdown, there was always one games adjacent item I want to announce. It may have taken a few years, but man, here we are, and it was well worth the wait.
Love your mother and trust in her teachings. Do your duties and carry
Exactly.
out
Wetland
your
based games, like that's what I mean. I was gonna say we have so many like SciComm people here, history people, and like literally they should be bringing on I think subject matter experts in these spaces. Oh, is it this albums, vinyls? That is a cool looking pressing. I want a real record player so bad. I would play it all the time. I have a bunch of vinyls and I just have like a cheapo one.
Thanks to our friends at Sunset Visitor and Very OK Vinyl for allowing us to take a bit of a side quest. I can't wait to get my hands on that pressing.
We're actually pretty familiar with all kinds of quests. Whether we're out here fighting demons on the streets, zipping through space in our starfighters, or hitting rock bottom in a struggling economy, it sounds like a quest we'd pick up on a typical Thursday here in New York.
Jump the track. Let the ball guide your way. Hi, Kate. Hello. Oh, they're saying what we're all saying when it comes to Pierre and Stardew, even if it's a different character in a different game. So you have to like essentially master this pinball to make the choices? What's coming out next week? Arcade action comedy. Jump the track. That's so interesting. That's what I mean. I kid. It's just like crazy how people come up with these concepts. Like they're so interesting. Is this a racing game? Seems like it is. But you're creatures of the night. Maybe more than that. Von Velvet. Oh, are you like boss fighting? Is that really what that's what I guess it is. Like you're using the track, but you're really there. It's really more. You're on Route 66, because of course you are.
Scaravan 66.
Interesting.
Wish list now.
What is that language? Do I recognize it? Or is it completely made up? It sounded like something recognizable. Didn't it? It did, but maybe I'm completely wrong. Even like made up languages usually take structures and like components of other languages. Yeah, I was gonna say like they'll take components of other languages to build their fictitious languages. So it could be that too. Rogue Eclipse.
Hey, Jory Stoltz here, audio engineer and voice actor for The Classified X. We're so excited to share our new trailer for Glitchspanker, a comedic, narrative-driven exploration game. Glitchspanker is about a 12-year-old boy in the 90s who tries to borrow his mom's secret game, Big Booty Slappers 6. Unfortunately, a sentient virus named Spunk has infected and broken the game. And now you have to use the Glitchspanker antivirus to find and
Oh my god, you're so boring!
Hello?
It's me, Spunk the Virus. I think
I was like on board, and then I'm not sure.
But
for me,
there's
at
more to
least.
Spunk than just being a virus. Of course you can try to kill him, but you can also be his friend. Underneath it all, you may find a deeper, darker mystery.
We hope you enjoy the new trailer for Glitchspanker.
And don't forget to spank that wish list.
Enjoy.
We love
90s skibbity riz.
The human.
Like it's trying to be Big Mouth, maybe? Maybe that doesn't appeal to me.
The
So.
Spank Stick. Got a nasty computer virus eating the code of your favorite game? Well, that's no worry at all with the
That blue
Glitchspanker
screen.
Antivirus Spank Stick. Get rid of it with a simple swat of a stick.
What in the
Virus being a bit stubborn, a bit crafty, Glitchspanker has the solution. Glitchspanker, just spank it.
Whoa now. You don't have to kill me over eating your booty slapping game. Just give me a chance.
Listen,
Here,
I respect
let's fix
that
this
there is an
commotion.
audience
Make
for
a new
probably all
friend.
of these games.
Or several. Do a dance. Master magic. Slink in sewers.
The one thing I want to say is that
Succumb to
I
the
don't
infinite
mind
void.
like adult content in games, obviously. I obviously don't like showcase games with adult content, but sometimes I worry that people use adult content as a way to just typically be misogynistic, and that always worries me. Like again, you can have adult content and you can have like adult adjacent content, you know, like
Every choice is
slightly
up to
scandalous,
you.
all of that. But
Glitchspanker is not responsible
sometimes
for any damage done to your game,
I think
your
it
health,
gets
or the loss of your mortal human soul. Deviation from the path of the game may result in the death of you, your family, and
It's a
possibly the entire
pipeline.
human world. Any eldritch abomination found inside the antivirus will void any
And
refund
so-
claims. Please think responsibly.
Glitchspanker is a 6-1 indie ass game. Do we have any more weird shit to show? Yeah, that works.
Taco?
Is it rolling?
Literally Sacco? Is Bo Burnham's Sacco sentient?
But you never got it back. Your dog dropped a turd on the rug. Ghosted after they said, let's catch up soon. Suggestion. No more excuses.
Technically a puppet?
It's time for real
Yes, it is.
justice. Cut! That's the one. Oh, those lunch burritos were a mistake.
Sue your friends. Sue your friends. You know what? I'm on board. Oh my gosh, it's like a courtroom, like battle party. Imagine like someone comes into stream. Like, okay, let's imagine that like we have stream and like Emily's witchy powers are like too strong. And then we immediately drop the game, pull this up and put her on the stand. Customize your trials. I wasn't sure where this is going, but honestly, this is a great premise. It really is. That's a crazy idea for a game premise, but I really like it. I do. Grandma, no. I was gonna say, I do know that this is coming out.
Stuff and you're making a mess of your own house.
Clearly, you got no respect for this property, which is cool AF.
Oh, jeez. Gimme.
I hate to admit it, but what you're serving up looks real tasty.
Eat more trash. Prove that you can hang out with us.
I'm not the biggest chaotic single player gamer.
Grandma has made the decision to enter her neighbor's mouth.
Party games,
If the
I love.
grandma doesn't achieve her goal, I don't know what I'll do.
Like, it looks blurst, which I know people are gonna love. It's very much got the like the game mechanics of like Who's Your Daddy? Punk Gran. So like the vibes are immaculate in a sense. But I love that kind of style and vibes inside of like party games the most. Building relationships. Play as a house? I am house? What? Go fishing as a house. I mean, okay, the game is literally called Building Relationships. It meant building noun relationships, not building.
I'm a Twitch partner, variety content
Oh my
creator,
gosh.
musician, and an advocate for invisible illnesses and disabilities. While we take a brief breather from all these incredible indies, I'd love to tell you a little bit about Game On to End Lupus. May is Lupus Awareness Month, and it's the best time to educate and bring awareness around this terrible disease. Lupus is an autoimmune disease, which means that your immune system, the body system that usually fights infections, attacks healthy tissue instead. The Lupus Foundation of America's mission is to improve the quality of life for all people affected by lupus through programs of research,
don't want to speak over it
education,
because I
support,
like
and
educational
advocacy.
and
Back in
advocacy
2020,
content.
with the direct partnership of the Lupus Foundation of America, a handful of Twitch streamers banded together to create Game On to End Lupus, which is the largest collaborative fundraiser on Twitch for lupus research and support programs. We are now in our 6th year, have over 150 participants, and are on our way to hitting our milestone of $1 million raised through this event. Even though we are already deep in May, there's still time to join us. If you're a streamer or an artist, crafter, musician, or just want to fundraise within your community, head over to lupus.org and join us to help make lupus visible.
I think I've gotten some
Thank you for
notifications
helping
about
us
it
Game On to End
for
Lupus.
Game On.
Now from the legendary Japanese duo of Swery and Suda51, let's check out our stay at Hotel Barcelona.
Is this another house romance game? I think not. I appreciate when those I like that these showcases always like add stuff like that, like charity awareness and things like that.
Let the game begin.
No, I think this is different.
How painfully human.
Gosh, so many of these games and their like animations and stuff are very trippy.
I'll burn you to the bone.
Doesn't look quite like the building
Have you
relationship.
ever been in a situation where you need to do something simple, but somehow...
Why not romance, you cowards?
Welcome to Your Brain, where your thoughts and personality traits fight for control like a group project gone wrong.
It's just my day-to-day life.
I guess you'll just keep staring at the suitcase for now. But what about other situations? Oh, right. You want to talk, but what if she hates you forever?
Oh my gosh, I get to be an introvert?
Decided to save you from embarrassment by doing absolutely nothing. Yep. Everyone's got their own personality, which means that this guy literally can't shut up. But here's the kicker. If you understand why you do things, maybe you can actually change.
Is this a Myers-Briggs test in game form?
Choices. It's about figuring out why you make them, and maybe even rewriting your own code. Growth, you did it.
That's so interesting.
You only need to...
That's so interesting. Arimara? Is that what it said? This is Trogdor-esque and I love it. This looks like a game that I would send to Chickadee. Maybe. I don't want that to be interpreted as an insult. So you need to like collect the cards to interact. It's like the 8 pages, but nothing at all like it. No, yeah, like I see what they're doing. I see the vision.
That's not technically a video game. Here's BLE Studios with a world premiere.
Not tech.
Watched the world premiere trailer from my game Battle Versus. It takes all the preconceived notions.
Look at that big giant group. Oh, you can't see it. The camera's covering. There's a giant groupie right here.
Real nice, flips them upside down and stomps them into oblivion. Blending faction-based strategic multiplayer action, Battle Versus drops players into a bombastically dark tournament of power and poise. This was a tabletop experience that was built using video game design principles. Utilizing a simple D6 system, the Battleverse rule set is open to varying playstyles, making it easier for players to take control one of the 4 carefully crafted factions. So whether you're unleashing an unforgiving zombie horde or summoning the Kraken from the depths, make sure that when the dust settles, you are the last one standing. To stay in the know, follow me on various social platforms, but more importantly, follow Battle Versus on Kickstarter. And if you want to be one of the first to get your hands on the game, consider backing it.
Dark
today.
risk.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Let's do some hypotheticals, Mike. Do you think you could spend an entire day as a giraffe without speaking to anyone at all?
Tough, but I got the height already. Can you imagine anything worse than being stuck in a time loop, reliving the same day over and over again?
My favorite game is a time loop game.
A web of locked rooms by a maniacal game master.
So a typical day in the good old US of A.
They're not wrong. Week in the life of a social giraffe. Wait, I'm on board with this. That's very relatable. Gosh, I love the sound effects that they're like wood, like pieces, like chess pieces or something. Gosh, that sound is like, the soundscaping is really good. So eerie. I mean, obviously that's the vibe. Sounds are so good. I don't mean to like continue to harp on that, but they sound so good. Yeah, it does. It looks like it would be a really good like thinking game. Ink shade. Adult Neo Quest. That's kind of a fair way to, I feel like, think about that. Kajora. Say this is it's like Japan. Ooh, it's very, they're very yokai. Yeah, it feels like they're being like chased by a bunch of different yokai.
Hello everyone, my name is Rodion. I'm a producer and level artist. Oh, and light artist and cinematic artist at Cyberhead Games. And today we present you the game One Way Home. One Way Home is a horror puzzle adventure about a 12-year-old boy who travels through a post-apocalyptic city of nightmares in search of a way home. You will have to choose from several paths, unravel the secret living dragons, and find your one way home. I hope you enjoy our trailer and add the game to your wish list. Enjoy the watching, friends. Thank you.
I know I had to reference it. Like I loved the 8 pages, but at the same time, like I don't know. I just have to like. Sometimes I'm really into something that is like suspenseful and stressful like this, but sometimes I'm not. This looks like a horror movie. My hard time with investment, honestly, like at its core, my struggle with investing in horror is like, obviously, like I understand what the genre of horror is, but I don't want to invest in it if there's not a happy ending. Or like a justifiable ending, I guess, if you will. I don't know, like you know what I mean? Like I need to know what the ending is, and I feel like that takes away from the point of it, of the journey it takes to get to the ending. No, literally, if I'm gonna invest in something, I need to know if it's worth watching. I liked the puzzles that they were doing though in that, like they were cool, but I also like
Jesus. Someone stole my boat collection that I brought to set today.
my boat collection.
Nah, that doesn't look like Brandy. I feel like we're being catfished. Someone get Jack Pepper on the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NBC Express, the only shopping channel with no delays, no refunds, and no paperwork whatsoever. Today we're presenting you with a brand new line of home essentials. Don't wait too long, they're going fast. Feeling the heat? Not anymore.
It's so crazy to see this art style being so present.
Say goodbye to sticky cheese crumbs. With this portable freezer, your meat and dairy will stay preserved until the end of time. Order now. Buy 2, pay for 3. Hot off the press, a must-have for every modern household. Introducing Clean D's Automatic Turpentine Cleanser. With our Automatic Turpentine Cleanser, you
Anti-Mickey Mouse.
and shine every inch of your front yard. Order now. Limited stock available. Tired of feeling invisible? Grab yourself.
That's very much what it is, yeah. That's what I mean, like it's just so crazy to see like this, like, you know, what was that, like 30s style? Cartoon style? Be like present in games.
Don't think. Order before you come to your senses. Wishlist now, and we'll ring your bell when they're ready. Spike B is not responsible for any damage to your own personality or the fragile fabric of reality.
So interesting to just see that. Bug catching game. Oh wait, we got some people here who will probably actually love this. Kabuto Park. Wait, I think I've heard of this. Kabuto Park? Oh, we're gonna have some people here go bananas for this. See, like, hopefully they consulted with scientists on this. Kabuto Park. Oh, that's next week. That's next week. It's cute.
What is that?
That's, I mean, like, that's like... The wide open sky is running out of catfish. I want to make a reference that only shockingly, not shockingly, that Kelly will get. Well, maybe. There might be other people who would get it, but I know that Kelly, well, I know that Kelly knows who I'm referring to when I talk about it. So is it that you're like technically underwater? Like Pokemon Snap, but you're in... And it's on my wish list. Yeah, that's a good one for you. I don't know if that was the title of the game. It made me think of they're turning. What is the title? How do they word it? The Eagles are turning people into horses, which is a title of a Britannic sketch, and so I knew that you would get the Britannic reference. And just like kind of an absurd title like that. That's mainly what it was. The wide open sky is running out of catfish.
Huh. I guess it was nothing.
I'm intrigued. It's interesting.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. It's me, Nick Lives, from Night Signal Entertainment. And our next game that we're working on with Gray Alien Games is called Forbidden Solitaire.
The way that it like takes more work to make a video look like this now than it would to just like record it on an old device.
Solitaire game. It's a very scary game, so tell your children to leave the room now before.
I mean, there's probably like
this
filter
trailer
packs
plays.
that you can buy,
Now
but
enjoy
still.
the trailer for Forbidden Solitaire.
Forbidden Solitaire.
Meters of ancient enemy and home safety hotline.
Gathered in protest of a controversial new video game.
Comes a state-of-the-art scene.
Now the strange death was reported.
The raw
Murder Mystery Solitaire?
No reason for it to be this violent. It's f***ing solitaire.
I like how meta some of this is. I really do. Like some of these games we've seen. Ugh.
Forbidden Solitaire.
This is the perfect game for you. I'm so...
Forbidden Solitaire was gnarly back in the day. Mama Stevenson banned it from our house, so we
Oh, I don't
appreciate
think I knew that that was a thing
Entertainment and
before.
Great Alien Games for unearthing it.
Mama Stevenson.
Interesting.
A saint.
She sure is.
We always love taking a look at the future of horror. Our spring showcase brings a mind-bending interpretation of a classic 2D platformer, cryptid hunting, and what could be an immersive dive into one of these TVs behind us. But first, a glimpse into the next Stephen King-like adventure from an Indie Game Awards 2024 nominee.
Was it a thing? Oh, that's a good point. I don't know. Ooh. Keep your phone charged. Okay, but are we all super afraid? Do you know how scared I am to be out without a fully charged phone? I also do have a mount for my phone on my bike. I do have a thing that literally like locks my phone in so I can watch it while I'm on my bike. Is this too Appalachian folk story for you? Does it feel, don't whistle. My friend the other day literally said she heard a whistle and I was like, don't go outside. I had to go to a tire shop yesterday and they was there for an hour and a half of that. Oh no, couldn't be me. It was a dead phone, no way. That's what, like, again, really for me, I can play a horror game or a game of this kind of caliber when I'm meeting those needs. Oh no. Okay, nothing. They didn't show anything happening to the dog. I would have been out at that point. We were talking about, you know, like the art of cozy gaming and how cozy games is not a game genre, it's a feeling you experience. And so safety, abundance, and like stability. If I can get those needs met, I'll play a horror game, but it's kind of hard to meet them in a lot of the horror games. Some of them can. I feel that way in Phasmophobia when I play with friends, when I play Phas with friends. Like, I feel safe, so I'm not, like, afraid.
We have been so excited for you to join us. I am Mindy, and this is my awesome world.
Cursed Mario?
I love it here, and I know you will love it too.
Actually, this
So let us not waste any time. I'm waiting for you.
sounds like the video game they play in Community, you know, where they all have to play that video game together for Pierce's inheritance. That voice reminded me of. It's the same game. It feels like a horror version of that game to me. Benny Bash. They are hitting us with a lot of different stuff. A lot of ghoulish stuff. video ghastlies. Ooh.
You ever seen something you couldn't explain? Like there was something lurking in the shadows. Like something was stalking you.
Yes, I've been into
Maybe you tried
Appalachia.
telling someone, but they just laughed it off. My friend, you're not alone.
Hi, my name is Levi Chambers, founder of the Appalachian Investigation Group, and I believe you. I've spent my whole life
Yes.
down these
Yes.
creeks all
Yep.
up and down these mountains.
Yep.
Mothman, Flatwoods
Yep.
Monster, Sheep Squatch, I've seen them all.
You know it's authentic Appalachia because he said it right.
Explain. And we do it for folks like you.
Ooh, if there's a relation between horror games and societal turmoil, that's an interesting thought.
So if you think you've seen something, heard something,
Levi Chambers is a white guy's name in Appalachia for sure. Levi in general, it's just that's a name.
8909.
304. What's that area code? Is that West Virginia?
In these mountains, anything is possible.
This is very important for me. It is a West Virginia area code. I knew it. I knew it. Charleston. The whole state.
Hi, my name is Jade Meadows,
West Virginia.
and I'm the developer behind Blue Ridge Hunting, the game
Anyways.
you just saw. Blue
I
Ridge
know a
Hunting is
Levi. Yeah, I
co-op
know a
board game
few.
Where you and your friends are tasked with investigating and tracking down some of the most infamous cryptids set to haunt the Appalachian Mountains. All of the monsters you come across and levels you explore are based on real-life locations, encounters, and folklore. Make sure to wishlist Blue Ridge Hunting on Steam and
Blue
join the
Ridge!
Discord to keep up to date with
I mean, I'm wishlist.
Links
I don't.
for both can be found on blueridgehunting.com.
Absolutely will wishlist an Appalachian game.
Bygone era, with throwbacks to our favorite creature collectors and a retro twist on indie classics like VVV.
Was that enough V's?
I'm wishlisting it to support the dev. I will not be playing that game. I do not. I'm scared of cryptids.
Box art to life.
But I will tell people about it. I will tell people about it. Levi Chambers. Felt so authentic. Aw, cute. Way to give us something a little, I do too. I like the, yeah. Look, it's like a Tamagotchi. Deliver pets? Oh, this sounds like a dream. Yeah, so it's at like Creature Collector, so it's like a love letter to Game Boy Color era RPGs. Cute. Pedal Runner. I'm on board. Are you a vampire that actually gets to be a bat? Are you just a little guy? You're a vampire that's just a little guy? Not the F. Not the F in chat. Ooh. Oh, you're being a vampire. Ugh. I mean, it's correct. Ugh. Odd bat. You just having a little drink, a little snack, a little refreshing moment of time. This is so many games. I mean, we knew this going in, but so many games. I think Moss left. Oh no, you're here. You are here. Did you see the bug game, Moss? As you literally just typed right there. Did you see the bug game? This character model reminds me of Ice Climbers too. Kid Bash, Super Legend. Yeah, that one looked cute. It did.
Can you believe Kid Bash Super Legend? That gameplay was wild.
Insane stuff. Speaking of insane, I think we've reached the one more thing moment of the show.
Insane is exactly what Kyle and I said to each other when our final game popped up on our TikTok feeds a couple years back. We promised each other that when it was ready, we'd reach out and ask them to close the show. Well, the stars have aligned and we're making it happen.
Dinos. I mean, I'm here for the music. Dino Weapon Brawl. I actually love it. Again, this is not a game that I would stream with, but Dino Blade. Yeah, I respect it tremendously.
Hi, my name is Jing Wing from Team Spino LLC. You may have seen an animation video of a Spinosaurus wielding a Buster Sword before. That was created just to make my portfolio better, but it went viral and people kept asking for a game. So
that's
here we
crazy.
Are, Dino Blade, a game where you play as a Spinosaurus wielding a great sword.
You're a Spinosaurus. Okay, I was gonna say, do you get to pick which dinosaur you are?
Not have weapons. I want to thank everyone so much for motivating me and pushing me this far, and you can wishlist this game.
See, then you hear things like that, and like that's so cool and powerful that like doing that
We are but simple men who love big dinosaurs with big swords.
Can lead to game development.
So huge thanks to Team Spino for wrapping it up in the most.
If I had a nickel for every time I wanted to support a game developer who made a game or made elements to show their portfolio that ultimately turned into a game, I'd have 2 nickels.
And our marketing family at Vicarious PR, thank you for helping us support these incredible developers. So many indies are working with limited resources and bandwidth, just looking for a chance. We're so grateful we could offer them that chance without asking for a penny in return.
That was a fun direct. It was. I mean, that was so many games.
Goals and values means the world to us. And speaking of which, to all the developers and publishers involved today, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for trusting us with your babies.
Whether this is your first time with us, you're co-streaming the event, or you're part of the 6-1 Indie community, your passion and enthusiasm for the indie scene.
I know. That's what I mean. Like, I love the eclectic composition because there's so many things. And there's things here that some people would play that others wouldn't. There's some things I think almost all of us would play. Maybe some things that none of us would play, but that's okay.
Once again, for everyone watching, don't forget to visit 61indie.com/showcase. There you'll find the full list of games shown today, along with hands-on previews and interviews from our editorial team and a post-show podcast. You'll also find the link to the 6-1 Indie Showcase Steam event. Please wishlist, play demos, and add some new games to your library.
Just see the whole composition on Steam.
Demoing and picking up games, if you can, we have one more request. There are real human beings behind the games that you saw today. Some of the kindest, most dedicated individuals you'll ever meet. Making a game is nothing short of a miracle, especially in an era of layoffs, studio closures, and corporate consolidation. It takes blood, sweat, and tears to create something magical, so please show them your love, gratitude, and respect. And while you're at it, extend that love beyond games. Uplift, support, and stand alongside our queer, trans, non-binary, and BIPOC friends and family. Whether it's a few folks living in a big white house or a random name on the internet, reject hate, and drown it out with love.
Good
We
for
may not all
them.
vibe with the same games, and
I
Dan,
really
you might
appreciate
only still
that.
be
It's
here
really
hoping I
important,
lied
especially
about
for
Silk
people
Song
who,
earlier. But
you know,
regardless,
look
we're all
like
in this
certain
together.
things,
The 6-1 Indie Showcase
you know,
returns in
present
September,
certain ways.
and the Indie Game Awards are back for its
to be
second
vocal about
ceremony
those
in
things.
December. The reception for the first ceremony was beyond words, and we're beyond excited to put all our resources and full production support into round 2. We'll share more details soon, so keep an eye on our site and socials to be in the know. But you won't have to wait too long for even more indie hype. This June, many
There's
of our
so
showcase
many.
friends are
Look at
celebrating
all
the summer
these.
season with a fresh
I
slate
have
of indie
most
games
of
that
these.
deserve all of the love and
Most of
attention.
these, like trying to be a
sure to join us in
co-streamer and to
chat
bookmark all of
tune
these.
in.
Wait, we have one more thing. Glad I watched to the end. Oh, is that them announcing that they're going into publishing? Because that's really great. So these were all the games we saw, right? So there are so many. Gosh, I've like, not that I've forgotten, but like there's so many thinking back to like what they were an hour ago, 40 minutes ago. I'm gonna do this so that the captioner can show up a little bit better. Yeah, that horse game though. Oh, it takes you to the Steam page. That's nice. Are some of y'all actually interested in that? That's already out. It's playable now, or it's in early access. It's like a horse girl game, but like also it's like a murder mystery game. That's like, I was like, what a crazy concept. I wrote down a bunch. I wrote down like a dozen that I'm definitely gonna wish list. Right out the gate though, like, well, because even like the pigeon pizza game right here, if you saw that game was like so silly but looked so great. I think all of these 4 games are out now, and then a lot of these are, you know, they were either like announcing it or another trailer for it or things like that. Bobo Bay looked kind of absurd, but pet simulation game where you collect, mash, aka breed, accessorize, and train little creatures to compete in races and other competitions. Like that looks, oh, it's in alpha. Or is it just a demo? Says it's similar to Stardew and 2 Point Museum. That's super, like, you know, there were a bunch of these. This one, I liked this one, Skuro. Oh, Skuro, excuse me. I really liked the light, the way they were using light in the game. It was very like, I liked that one a lot. I mean, I liked a lot of these, even if they aren't ones that I would play. I can't believe this is a game. If you saw this, experience life as a house and romance other buildings. Grandma No, that one comes out next week. That one, okay, this one was crazy, and I think we're all on board with it. Guilty as Sock. Enter a chaotic courtroom where Socks play lawyers, prosecutors, and judges. Use absurd evidence, craft wild arguments, and deliver verdicts in this hilarious online party game. Like, this game is absolutely the most absurd thing I've ever heard, and I can't wait to play it. That's what I said. That was the joke that we made earlier, was I said, you know what we're gonna do is we're going to we're like in the middle of stream, we're playing like a normal casual like regular Stardew stream, you know, Emily gets the 3rd thing in a row that she said she was gonna get in a treasure room, instantly close the game, pull this up, and everybody becomes the judge and jury, and she goes on trial for this. Like, immediate transition. It would be so funny and so interesting to do. That one was, I mean, again, I can't even cover them all. I am so intrigued by what this is. We just kind of, I mean, like, I get the premise. A Week in the Life of a Social Giraffe is a point-and-click adventure game about a giraffe attempting to live his day-to-day life while not talking to anyone. I mean, I love that. Says it's like Papers, Please. Absolutely. But also completely different. So here's the 6-1 showcase, everything in here. So you can see, so you can go to, it should show up, or if you find any of these games, they should show up as the 6-1 indie showcase. So you can go and wish list the games that you found interesting. This one, I mean, seemed interesting. Seemed a little scary for me, but it was interesting. The Wide Open Sky is running out of catfish. A story-driven photography game on the back of a giant, it's a world turtle catfish? Of a giant flying catfish. Transform clouds into sea creatures and bring abundance back to an empty sky. It's a world turtle? Okay. Okay. This was the one that we were calling out for Moss. I know Aaron as well, and I'm sure there's other people. Kabuto Park. It's a bug catching game. And so you're catching these little, I mean, all these different little critters. I'm sure that they're pretty accurate would be my hope and guess. These look like actual critters, and there's like a map of the park, and so it's like a collection game. I mean, it looks cute, looks great. Looks like something that I think just a lot of people would vibe with. And like, I mean, again, like I'm obviously like such an advocate for taking things like this because it's a simple game. Maybe, I'm sure it's complex, but you know what I mean? Like in its own sense, it's a simple game, but this can be used. This could be something that a classroom could use, you know? How much is, we don't know how much it's gonna be yet. Yeah, 'cause it's not out yet. But it comes out next week. When is the 28th? Is the 28th Thursday? We'll see if I have any connections that are hooking anybody up. But this, like, you know what I mean? You have these things and you can just teach these simple concepts. Wednesday, thank you. But like it doesn't have to be about teaching, but the learning is there. And that's kind of part of what so much of my passion with like intersecting things like games and education is that it makes it accessible. And it makes it enjoyable because the reality is, I speak as someone who benefits from the privilege of being the ultimate classroom learner. The classroom is not, and like the education system, and they're trying to dismantle our education system here in America, and all of that. Like there's so many things that can be used. Oops, I didn't really mean to play you, sorry. There's so many things that you can use to help teach people and make it accessible. And I think it's really Blue Ridge. The Blue Ridge Mountains are not far away from me. This is terrifying, but I'm absolutely gonna respect an Appalachian game. There you go. I'm never gonna play it, but oh, it's a co-op game. Oh, maybe I will. I didn't realize it was co-op. Co-op horror game where you and your friends investigate. Oh, maybe I will. I take back what I said. Maybe I will play it. If it's co-op the way that like Phasmophobia or what's that other game that I play with why can't I think of what's called? What's our Egyptology one? I haven't played it in forever. Crypto and I play it. Melissa and I play it. That's so bad. Our Egyptology Phasmophobia game. Forewarned, thank you. Forewarned. Forewarned is so scary. If you haven't played Forewarned, to shout out another indie game, Forewarned is like, think like Phasmophobia, but it's Egyptology. You're grave robbers. You're not archaeologists. You're straight up grave robbing. Like, you're grave robbing. And I mean, I love it though, but like that's another game where like the sound mechanics in that game are so good. When you go into the pyramids and stuff, like your voice starts to like reverb and echo like off the walls. It's things like that that are just like so good. Proximity voices and things like that. It's amazing. So anyways, maybe I will actually play this one. Because again, for me, I'll play it in a co-op. Lewis says it's similar to hunting cryptids in Appalachia. Look, there's literally West Virginia. In West Virginia. See, because that's what it is for me. When it comes to games like these, that's why I was saying, like, I am seeking certain things in a game. And so if I feel safe and I feel like comfortable, I will just like, I kind of just troll in those. That's what I do in Phasmophobia. I had friends I played Phasmophobia with that like, we didn't, I mean, like we tried to win, but like we also didn't care if we lost. Like we would do things like go in there and all the ghosts, certain names that I don't say on my streams and like things like that. Like we would have fun with it. We would try to like mess with each other and like get each other to do things like interact with the Ouija board and like try to get each other. Like it was more
seen something you couldn't explain?
No, Levi, I haven't. Good old Levi. Like that's what is fun. It's fun for me. That kind of experience is much more fun for me. So I enjoy that kind of stuff. Shout out to Dino Blade. Shout out to Dino Blade. Honestly, it's a vibe. It is a vibe. You're Spinosaurus. I wish you could pick which dinosaur you are. The great sword fighting against other dinosaurs that use weapons to prevent an oh, they're trying to stop extinction. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, there were lots of really fun ones here. Fretless was super interesting. That was super interesting. The other one too. What was the other music one? That was super Future Vibe Check. That one is like crazy, but like complimentary. Future Vibe Check is a musical automation game where your factories don't just produce goods, they make music. So you like have to collect the resources to build them, but then you're able to automate and create. That's a crazy premise. There were a lot of really cool ones here. I'm intrigued by this one too. I'm a little worried, not worried, but like Layla is a heartfelt, hand-animated narrative game about the small yet significant struggles we all face. Solve story-driven puzzles, relive fragile memories, and discover a deeply personal journey that may feel more familiar than you expect. They showed images that like very much looked like it was related to like body image, exposure to things as a kid, that or like betrayal, adult content that, you know, they saw, like things like that. Like it was a lot of different things, and it was, I mean, dealing with the personal. I mean, I like that. I feel like it's a cool medium when games do that. I find it really interesting. That one's out now. I don't know if that'll be a stream one. It might be, the themes might be a little too mature for stream, but that was really cool. There was so many. Bonnie Bear. I liked Bonnie Bear. Honestly, I low-key liked this fishing game. Just want to chill and fish. Idle fishing game. I can't hate it. I can't hate it. These were, there were a lot of really cool ones here. There were lots of really cool things to check out here. So, you can go to this page. You can go to 61indie, 61indie.com/showcase and see the whole thing here. You can click on this and it'll take you to Steam, and you can wishlist all the games that you can wishlist all the games that you're interested in, and then you can keep an eye on the ones that are coming out, because there were a lot of cool titles in here. A lot of really cool titles. So yeah, I'm at 86 on my wish list. I think I'm gonna crack 100 after this. So we'll have to see if I do. I feel like I'm going to. That was pretty cool. I really enjoyed watching that. Hopefully you guys liked watching it as well. I think it was pretty good.